Hi, my name is Cindy Tan and welcome back to my channel, the channel for moms who would like to support their child or children with the 11 plus exams or preparing for university. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and click on the like and subscribe button below. This will help ensure that more people are reached with this message. So let me first introduce myself. I am a mother of two wonderful girls and I am an accountant by profession. Over the last 2 decades, I have dedicated myself to supporting my daughters as they pursue their dreams, and it has been a wonderful, successful journey. And seeing how happy my daughters are, I want to build on that success and I want to reach out to other moms who would also like to do the same, but you're not sure how or where to start. Today, I want to talk about what do you do when things don't go your way? How do you pick yourself up and move on? So, as a mom, what can we do to elevate our children when things don't go well for them, even though they have tried their hardest and done everything that they can to try secure a place in the university of their choice, or for those sitting the 11 plus to try secure a place in the secondary school of their and your choice? Now, the good news is there are things that you can do to support your child to help them stay motivated when things don't go their way. Although it's never easy to accept a change or failure, with the right strategies, there are ways to deal with negative situations. So here are 7 ways you can motivate your child when things are not going your child's way. The first one is to look at the bigger picture. Not getting into the university or school of your first choice may be devastating, and it's easy for your child to get lost when he or she is just focusing on negative. It is important to remind your child to focus on the end goal, be it a dream job or getting into a top university. Maybe create a system of interim goals and suitable rewards to help keep them motivated. This is particularly useful if your child's end goal takes a few years to accomplish, and it may be harder for them to see the end goal. The second one is to focus on the positive. Focusing on the positive can alleviate any stress that your child is feeling. Whilst it is important to acknowledge that failure is hard, it is important to focus on the positive, as having a positive outlook on life promotes happiness and it helps motivate your child to accomplish dreams and goals. And he or she may find that tasks will be easier to fulfill. Adopting a positive outlook will also help your child feel better about himself or herself, and this in turn will help them look at themselves in a positive light, have a better relationship with people around them, which automatically increases their self-confidence. The third one is to take a step back and evaluate what happened. When things don't go your way, you might want to consider taking a step back and evaluate the situation. What and why did it not go well? Was there anything that your child could have done differently to get a different outcome? If your child gets a second chance, would he or she have done anything differently? Now, when you or your child take a break and review your actions, where you need to go next and how they compare to your progress in the past, this will give you more confidence in planning what you need to do to move forward positively. The fourth one is your child will support what he or she helped to create. So people tend to support what they help to build, and your child is no different. Your child has to have a touch in any plans or decisions taken, and your child needs to feel that he or she has a voice at some point. When your child is young, he or she may do as they are told, but as they grow, they develop an independence, and it is harder to have them do what you tell them to do. Teens rarely do what you tell them to do. They do when they feel engaged. And the only way to engage your child is to involve them in some aspect of the creation of the work that you want them to do. In fact, I find that if my children are not involved, my children are often critical and sometimes end up either doing nothing or gets unmotivated. It could be because they are full of doubt or uncertainty, or they just don't get it because they were not involved. If you want your child to be motivated, you must invite them to participate. So the question to ask yourself is, are you engaging your child in finding a solution to the problem that they are trying or you are trying to solve? Ask your child questions like, what are they trying to do? What are their desires, their needs, their hopes? And try and connect with them with curiosity. Ask them more questions, let them generate more ideas. It might take a bit more time to come up with a plan, but regular interaction with your child not only gives them the mental support to speak out about any issues that might concern them, but doing this also helps you connect with your child. And let's face it, as parents, connection with our children is as essential to us as it is to our children. Personally, for me, having a connection with my daughters makes parenting worth all the sacrifices. So the fifth thing is to empower your children with new knowledge, skills, abilities, and talents. If your child have a vision that they have worked hard to try achieve, and yet they're not able to achieve what they set out to do, very often it's because they lack the necessary knowledge, abilities, skills, and talent to get there. Lacking competence often leads to a lack in confidence. When a child gets the necessary skills and tools to move forward, when they can see progress in what they are doing, they will then get motivated to try again. So ask your child these questions. Do they have what they need to do it? Do they know what they need to do? Should you and your child come up with a plan to get knowledge or skills? Does she or he need a mentor, get a skill, or maybe take courses? If your child lacks know-how, you can't expect them to know what to do. Give them the education, the tools, or access to those things. And once they have them, you must then empower them with authority and trust. So take a step back and let them experiment and try and not judge them while they are doing this. Focus on the journey and not the end result. Encourage your children when they are stuck and celebrate all the milestones in the journey. Motivate your child by empowering them. So the sixth one is to help your child develop clear and attainable goals. Children like to be challenged and they will work to achieve high expectations as long as they believe that those goals are within their reach. It can be hard for our children to see just how far they've come. So even if you have long-term goals like getting into a specific university, do start with a monthly goal. Help them to discover the small steps and set some rewards each time they achieve a milestone. Agree on a reward, and when you feel that they need to be encouraged to work, instead of telling them to study so they achieve the grade that they need to achieve, ask them if they think that they will be getting the agreed reward instead. When you cheer them on, when you are talking about the reward rather than the work, you are encouraging them to work towards the thing that they wanted. This does not work for everyone, but for a demotivated child, they are excited to be talking about the rewards instead of the work. So the seventh and final step is your child will follow your example, not your advice. So as a parent, you are the greatest influence on your child. You might notice that your child will choose to imitate your behavior and may even be aware of behaviors that you never knew you possessed. So aim to be your child's role model. Consistently share your experience, your journey, and lessons that you have learned on the journey with your child. It's a beautiful thing when you get to share your journey and feelings with your child. Don't feel that you can't share your success or failures with your child. Empower your next generation. Feel free to teach, to share, and be your child's role model. Remember, you don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. Just be present and take the next step forward. So that's my 7 tips on how you can motivate your child when things are not going their way. I hope you found this useful. If you like this video, don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for listening.